Alright. Another video. More disturbing news. Just found out this morning that two Middle Eastern soldiers training here at Fort Leonard, Missouri were arrested for sexually soliciting a 12-year-old girl outside of Fort Leonard. And Pulaski County Sheriff took them into custody. However, the news reporter said that they're more than likely going to make bail. The bail was set at $200,000. Now, I know a soldier's not going to have that kind of money, but who would have that kind of money? A nation? Now, there's only a couple of nations in the Middle East with names like that. But we have to keep things in perspective of who would be training here to begin with. Who would have the kind of money to put up to train foreign troops at Fort Leonard? A large contingency. We're not just talking one or two or a platoon. We're talking about, company battalion size at least are training at Fort Leonard Wood. But who would have that kind of money? And about a month or so ago, Bandar Sultan, the infamous Prince of House Saud, released a bunch of prisoners. Do these guys fit the bill? Do they look like prisoners to you? Well, they definitely look like they've done this before. They speak enough English. They were soliciting a minor. So it kind of points that direction to me. Yeah, Saudi Arabia is pretty harsh. But if you want to fill your ranks of soldiers, disposable soldiers, you're going to pick hardened criminals. And this has been done many times by the Saudi government. They send these shock troops to different countries. And a lot of times they don't even send Saudis. They'll send people from different countries, and they just got a pardon if they go and fight in these proxy wars. Well, that's what I think happened here. I think these guys got a pardon. I think Bandar Sultan had enough money that he could throw at the U.S. government, and probably these two screwed that up. They put a spotlight on it, which is not something he probably wanted. And I'm sure our government is going to say, for reasons of national security, they're not going to disclose the nature of the training or the origin of these people, what Middle Eastern country they come from. But I can almost guarantee that with names like that, that this has something to do with Bandar Sultan releasing hundreds of thousands of prisoners and getting ready to throw them at Syria. And I think the most appropriate action for Americans is to put up a huge outcry about them training troops on American soil to fight in a war that we already said we don't want any part of. We should not be doing that. In my opinion, that's aiding the enemy. If they're training Al-Qaeda right here in America, we need to put a stink up about it, because there's no excuse for that. Train them somewhere else. Train them in freaking Afghanistan for all I care. But don't train them here. You train them here, you're asking for problems. That's all I gotta say.